Okay, so now she should try the original.
Yep.
Try the original.
So what happened is I combined two different meetings.
Amy, good.
With that, Amy, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Good morning, Amy.
Good morning.
It is recording.
All right, thank you. Good morning. It is 7:01 a.m. I apologize for the technical difficulties. This is a special school board meeting of the Oaks Public School Board. It's Tuesday, May 24th, 2022 at 7, again, 7:02 a.m. We're meeting in the Oaks Public Schools conference room. All board members are present, as well as Superintendent Getz, Gary Hogan, Mrs. Sell, Mr. Beta, and Resource Officer Jeremy Sitzler. We have with us Amy Clark, attorney to the district, meeting with us by Zoom. Meeting is called to order, and I will ask you to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. With that, we have an agenda item related to administrative contracts today. We have on our agenda an executive session with an attorney consultation regarding, excuse me, regarding the agenda item. The legal authority for closing this portion of the meeting is North Dakota Century Code 44-04-19.1, paragraph 9. The topic, again, is an attorney consultation regarding administrative contracts. At this time, a motion would be in order to discuss this next topic in executive session rather than in an open meeting. Is there such a motion? I'll make that motion. Nagel moves that motion for executive session. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Rosendahl seconds. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? I'll call the roll. Rosendahl,
Yes.
Thorpe,
Yes.
Nagel,
Yes.
Heimbach. Yes. Neil votes yes. Motion passes 5-0. The executive session will be recorded. All members of the governing body are reminded to limit their discussion during the executive session to the announced topic. Any collective decision, commitment, or other final action by the governing body must occur after it reconvenes in an open meeting, unless final action is specifically required by law to be taken during the executive session. The prohibition on taking final action does not apply to providing guidance or instructions to our attorney or negotiator. So we will now ask all members of the public who are attending the meeting to leave the room, and we anticipate adjourning the executive session and reconvening the open portion of the meeting when our work is complete in the executive session. I'm not sure how long that will be. Last week it took about 1 hour. So I expect we will have our work done within that time. And so I would ask that only board members remain in the room, that we ask all others to be put back into the waiting room except for our attorney, that we end the recording. We'll wait until I'm going to just say that the minutes will show the executive session will begin at approximately 7:05, and I will start the audio recording now, and we will end the The minutes of the Oaks Public School Board special meeting will show that the executive session was adjourned at 8:17 a.m. The public has been invited to return to the meeting room, and we are now back in open session. We'll be at ease for a few minutes while others rejoin the meeting. And we'll end the recording. Well, I think I can end the recording of the audio recording because I am recording on Zoom.
So I can remember.
Yes.
There's no more stuff.
No, there's not. Well,
I think that's usually how it's done.
You want a door stop? Yeah, we wanted to open the small door, but not the large door because of the anticipated promotion. Right, I have restarted the recording, but I have not let anyone back in. Looks like just one person is waiting. And we are in recess briefly while board member is out of the room. Oh, 2 board members are out of the room, and we're waiting the return of anyone who wants to come to the meeting. Anyone know if Anna had intended to come back? Or she tied up? Okay. I'll wait a minute. Again, we're in recess while members of the public are invited back to the open meeting. Did you find her, Officer Sitzler?
no, she was standing there.
Okay. I think we've given sufficient time. I would like to conclude this meeting. So we are back in open session. Okay.
And I just.
Welcome. Okay. We are back in open session after executive session for attorney consultation. The public has been invited back in. Small door is open. We didn't open the large door today because of anticipated activity in the hallway this morning. So the next item on the agenda is administrative contracts. On Thursday morning, just by way of background information for this agenda item, on Thursday morning, May the 12th, 2022, Superintendent Getz personally presented me with a letter of resignation addressed to the Oaks School Board effective at the end of his contract period, June 30th, 2023. I neither solicited nor expected the resignation. Superintendent Getz had plans to be out of the district for the weekend, and he and I agreed that we would discuss it the following week. On Friday, May 13th, 2022, at about 7:00 p.m., Superintendent Getz sent me a text message stating that he would like to change the final date of his employment, referring to that letter, to July 31st, 2022. Superintendent Getz and I had phone conversations both on Sunday afternoon, May 15th, and again Monday afternoon, May 16th, during which we discussed his resignation. I asked him to send me an email clarifying his intent. After 10 p.m. on Monday, May the 16th, I received an email from Superintendent Getz rescinding the resignations he had previously presented to me. I had not yet shared any of this information with other board members, but I had sought legal guidance as to how to proceed. And because we had need for a special board meeting to discuss the business manager position, I worked with our attorney to prepare an agenda for that special meeting, during which we would have an executive session for an attorney consultation for the 2 agenda items, business manager hiring and administrative contracts. Copies of the communication from Superintendent Getz were shared with board members via our attorney on Thursday afternoon. During the 7 a.m. meeting last Friday, board members requested more time to consider the correspondence I had received and to communicate directly with Superintendent Getz if they desired. The board members have now had that additional time, and we are prepared to act on this agenda item.
I would like to make a motion that we accept the resignation of Mr. Getz effective July 31st, 2022, and reserve the right to pursue liquidated damages per our policy DKVB.
Nagel moves the motion. Did you get the motion?
Can I get it from you when we're all done, all the verbiage?
Yes.
Okay.
Or listen to the recording.
Yep.
Okay, is there a second? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Heimbach seconds. Board members, is there any discussion?
I would just like to say that the reason I feel that we should accept the resignation is it's in the best interest of the district. We had requested things that we would like to see change from you, and I feel that that was met with resistance. Communication between you and myself has depleted, and I'm not sure why that is. So, and going forward, I just think we need a different style of leadership. We need better communication with everybody involved, and I don't see us getting that.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion?
I would echo Sheila's comments with that. We appreciate some of the good that you've done. Unfortunately, the culture of the school, I feel has gone downhill in the last year, and I feel like a change of leadership is what is needed in the best interest of the students and the district moving forward.
Is there any other discussion?
I have some concern with just the willingness for improvement, some of the resistance to improvement. My concern with 2 resignations and a rescission that it's going to repeat itself. It's going to happen later at a time where it's during the school year or the next time the challenge persists. I'm concerned about that, about this repeating itself at a different time. There are many positives that I've seen in the community and with us and things you've done, your dedication to your job. But there's some concerns moving forward with the long-term interests of the school at heart. Those are my concerns.
Is there any other discussion?
I think we've done a lot of good things for the district. Changes. Need them. Some of the resistance. Acknowledgement of things that have gone wrong are two-way streets. And also many positives.
I will say that I appreciate that Mr. Getz had interest in our opening and applied and impressed the board enough to allow us to hire him. I have tried hard as a board president to support him and let our administrators run our district so that I've tried hard to stay within my role and support, and I believe I have shared with Mr. Getz that I have supported him in the last couple of weeks with our conversations and the series of resignations, the resignation and the amendment and the rescission effort. I have, my support of Mr. Getz has dwindled. I'm not confident that, I've lost confidence that he thinks he can do this job. I'm going to support the motion because I think, and this is not an easy decision for any of us on this board, but I believe we're making the decision in the long-term best interest of the district. Is there any further discussion? Is there any further discussion? Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the roll. Heimbach,
Yes.
Nagel,
Yes.
Thorpe,
No.
Rosendahl,
Yes.
Meal votes yes. The motion passes 4-1. I just have a short statement. I want to let the public know that Superintendent Getz's reasons for submitting his resignation are his own. Mr. Getz is still our superintendent until the effective date of his resignation, July 31st of 2022. The board and I will work to support him as he completes his responsibilities to the district, and I wish him the best on the direction that he has chosen. I assure you that this board will work diligently, starting immediately, to put leadership into place that will embrace the district's commitments of respect, genuine relationships, and growth mindset, and to carry out our mission of achieving excellence by educating all students for tomorrow's world. And I ask for the support of all stakeholders during this, now as we navigate this challenge. This is the end of our special meeting. I declare the meeting adjourned at 8:30 a.m. Thank you all for your work.